In a world where zombies have taken over, one school, one team will save us all. Introducing AAE251 Team A08.
This process has many key players with a vested interest in our mission. The local residents of West Lafayette who have loved ones stranded in other parts of the country, the survivors who will be rescued, and of course the crew who will make this all possible. These members include rescue personnel, flight crew and pilots, ground crew and engineers, and of course CubeSat rocket developers.
Our aircraft must be able to carry 44,000 pounds of cargo with a maximum range of 3,000 nautical miles. This is sufficient to carry 220 passengers from West Lafayette to either coast of the United States and back, which would give us the ability to reach 9 out of 10 most populated cities in the US and 7 of 8 in Canada. The aircraft also needs to take off quickly with less than a mile of runway, as well as having all cargo loaded in under 30 minutes.
Of course, a mission of this nature has its risks. Based on our use of NASA's risk matrix, we found that the largest threats are injury to passengers and cabin depressurization. The injury to passengers can occur when they are boarding the plane, potentially causing further infection. A solution we came up with is to have an armed escort as well as a medical team to tend to the injured ones. The cabin depressurization can occur due to the electric components malfunctioning and catching fire. We decided to have oxygen masks to mitigate that, in addition to having fire extinguisher to smother the fire.
Before we started the design, we knew we were limited to roughly the size of a Boeing 737. In fact, all of our initial assumptions and decisions were based off of the 737 and the Kawasaki C2, a slightly larger military cargo jet. We calculated our initial estimates using these assumptions and a MATLAB script we wrote to model this, as well as the range, endurance, and thrust equations. The design was organized into 5 main categories: the engines, the wings, a horizontal stabilizer, wheels and brakes, and finally, de-icing. In order to take off in a short distance while carrying a large payload, we needed a high thrust engine. As a result, we chose a high bypass turbofan engine such as the GE LEAP 1B28. This engine is locally manufactured at the Lafayette GE plant and will be easy to transport to our manufacturing facility here at Purdue, saving time and resources during assembly. A high bypass turbofan also provides good fuel economy, so the thrust does not come at the expense of range. Due to the inaccessibility of airports, we may need to land on dirt runways or in fields, so high-mounted wings were a necessity. This will make sure that the turbines are farther away from the ground to avoid debris intake. The Wortmann FX-63-137 airfoil was highly recommended for use in heavy lift cargo aircraft due to its high maximum lift coefficient of 1.7. It also has a high stall angle of nearly 20 degrees, allowing for slow flight. With this airfoil, we will be able to take off and land at slower speeds, providing a shorter runway.
Our aircraft, the DD08, features 2 General Electric LEAP 1B engines. These engines are capable of producing 29,320 pounds of thrust each. The DD08 is 134 feet in length and has a wingspan of 117.5 feet. The high T-tail and the large wings allow this aircraft to carry a maximum of 44,000 pounds of cargo. The passengers and the cargo can be quickly loaded and unloaded through the drop-down cargo door located in the rear of the aircraft.
Throughout this project, we grew and learned a lot as students. One of the things we learned was to use metric units because they were so simple to convert. We also noticed that it was very important to stay on schedule whenever possible. This was made easier by reserving rooms ahead of time when we were going to meet as a team. In addition, implementing theory into practice was one of the best experiences of this project. We were able to use what we learned in the classroom to design this aircraft. Finally, we noticed that while using Google Docs was convenient, it was still important to communicate thoroughly with teammates.